Good morning. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to create a space of healing and support that hopefully supports and resonates with you. So while you're coming over, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light members, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Your support helps me stay here, basically. I'm not here unless you support me. So thank you to all of those of you who do. And if you haven't supported my work ever or lately, then please have a look on my website and see if there's anything that speaks to you. So I'm not going to be here for that long, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes. And I want to create a space of connection and healing that's going to be governed by my healing energy cards. I'm going to pull a healing energy card in a moment. I'm going to talk about that. And then I don't have any instruments with me today, so we're just probably going to take some big deep breaths or just talk things through. And then I'll pull another card to go. So that's my plan or intention. So welcome. How are you doing today? It's Saturday the 19th, is it? Saturday the 19th of November here, and it's exactly 8:24 a.m. coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. And let's see, which card do we need today? So I'm looking for the best card that the majority of us need at this time. So as always, please take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life easily at this time, and let the rest go. Hi Robin, hi Kyle, lovely to see you guys. Okay, best healing energy card that the majority of us need right now is this. What a nice card to get. It's card 55. It's now called the Harvest. It used to be called the Tree of Life, but I've got a new Tree of Life in my healing energy card. So this is now called the Harvest card 55. It's in the neutral category, so it's in center here. And down here it says, hi Maria, down here it says, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Actually, it doesn't say that. Enjoy the fruits of your effort and hard work. Life, balance, wisdom, completion of a phase so that the new can birth. Earth, support and appreciate. So enjoying the fruits of your labour, your efforts, your hard work. And a lot of us have worked really, really hard to get to where we are today. I often catch myself saying, wow, I'm so lucky, when I stop and reflect in regards to where I am, I think, or I say, I'm so lucky that I'm here, but at this point in my life. But I also need to give credit to myself and the hard work that I've done, and I'm sure you've done the same, that has led you to this point in your life. That we've worked bloody hard to get to this point. And it may look easy from the outside for some people looking in on our lives, that they may think, and we are told from them, that we have it easy. But actually we work incredibly hard. So I feel like this is, and this has been coming up a little bit these last couple of days, is this sense of appreciation and acknowledgement of the hard work, the labour, the time, the effort, the blood, sweat and tears that we have put into where we are right now in our life. And, that's no small feat. We have made some tough decisions in our life, some really tough choices, and we didn't know if it would work out okay or not. And depending on where we find ourselves, we might realise, hey, actually that decision was a good one. And we've made some good decisions in our life. We've made some crappy ones too that we may be sort of working out or dealing with the consequences of now. But we learn from those decisions and choices, don't we? The ones that aren't so good. So at the time when we make the decision or the choice, I'm confident that we are thinking at the time that we're making the best decision. Sometimes in hindsight, when we're more mature or wiser, or come out the other side and we think, oh, actually, I may not have made the right decision there, but at the time we thought it was right. So we have to be at peace with that. don't we? Otherwise we live full of regrets. So if we can be at peace with the fact that we've made the best decision at the time when we made it, and we take responsibility for the consequences, good or bad, that may arise from that, then that's got to mean something. So let's acknowledge that effort, that hard work, that blood, sweat and tears that we've put into our life to get to this point. Now, if we're not really happy where we are at this point, then we may have some pretty big regrets. So it's up to us too to figure out, is there another option? Can we change things? Can we improve things somehow? So it depends where we find ourselves. So this card's very much enjoying the fruits of our labour, enjoying the fruits of our hard work and the efforts that we've made. You know, it's like planting that seed that turns into an apple tree. We tend to it. We do our best to prune it, to fertilize it, to give it access to sunshine and water and all the things it needs to grow. And then it bears fruit. And then we pick the fruit and hopefully enjoy the fruit. And within that fruit contains the seeds for the next new beginning or the next thing to grow in our life. So as we enjoy the fruits of our labour and the fruits of our hard work and all the effort that we've put in that fruit are the seeds for new beginnings. So even though sometimes it feels things are completing and things are tying up and things are ending and, you know, the fruit's here now, we can enjoy that. We can sit back maybe and reflect on where we find ourselves. But within that we hold in our hand, after all that labour and hard work, are the seeds for the new. So it's a cycle, isn't it? It's like almost like a death-birth cycle as we move out of the old or out of the endings and into the beginnings. As things end, things begin. As things begin, things end. And it feels like a circle or a cycle that we go through. So let's take some nice big breaths around that, enjoying the harvest and really truly acknowledging as honestly as we can the hard work and the effort that we've made. It doesn't mean we're anything special. It doesn't mean we're anything superior to anybody else. It's just acknowledging. Sometimes we wait for others to acknowledge how much hard work and effort we put in. And others may not see what really goes on and the effort we're really putting in. So I feel it's about us now taking stock, stopping and taking stock and smelling the roses and recognising our efforts. And I think it's good to acknowledge that, especially from time to time. For me, consciously, I don't want to get a head swell about anything. So I acknowledge it and then I use that to nourish me, personally nourish me, instead of waiting for other people to say, wow, you've worked so hard. I don't need to wait for other people to tell me this. I'll be waiting forever probably. I need to step up and do that acknowledging myself. So when I acknowledge that and I step up, I'm giving myself, nourishing myself and giving myself in some ways permission to then move into the next phase and the next step. So let's take a few nice big breaths. So we'll take 3 big breaths. I'm not going to talk. And let's take stock of where we are. Let's acknowledge and appreciate the effort that we've put in. If we're in the middle of something and we might not be feeling that quite at the moment, yet let's use this as a time to replenish ourselves, to be able to keep going, to be resilient and continue on as we tie things up or work out the complications of our life right now. We're not always in a spot where we can sort of stop and sit back on the beach and go, you know, sort of really reflect on our life, because usually we're in the middle of it. So if you're at a point where you can stop and just consider, then great. If you're in the middle of chaos and complication and things you're trying to figure out, then maybe just take these few big breaths to reconnect with yourself, just to recenter, rebalance, and reconnect to give you the energy, replenish to help give you the energy to continue. So take some nice big breaths. I'm going to take 3. I'm going to breathe out all of the old air first and then start my 3 breaths. Please join me. I'm not going to talk. So thank you. Thank you. If you can hear purring, it's not me. The cat is purring madly just here. So thanks for joining me today. If you just joined in, I was chatting and we were breathing with this card in mind in general, the harvest, enjoying the fruits of our labour, the efforts of our hard work. So I'm going to pull another card to go. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you'd love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would like to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, if you would like to support the work I do so I can keep being here as often as I can be, then please consider supporting my work through my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I've got heaps of resources and things I've created on there, from very cheap couple of dollar meditations to artworks and all sorts of different things. Please visit my website. Thank you. Okay, let's grab a card to go. So I'm looking for the best card to take us into the next 24-ish hours. So it will be related to what's been spoken about today. So how can we carry this appreciation through, or how can we use it to motivate us to move to the next phase? What do we need to know for what's next as we prepare to turn this off and get into our everyday life again? So the best card for the next 24-ish hours for what's next is this. It's this. It's card 53 called Inner Child. It's in the depth category here. And down here it says, to come out of hiding. It is safe for you to do so. Don't hide. Release your childhood wounds so your inner child can come out and play. And healing. So this is about really considering where we're holding back in our life. Where are we holding back? Where are we hesitating? Where are we kind of sort of on the back foot and not proceeding when we could? Maybe we need more information. Maybe we're waiting for the green light to turn on. Maybe we're just full of self-doubt that we're holding back and we're hesitating. So there is a feeling with this card about coming out of hiding, coming out of our shell, coming out of the cave that we may have been retreated back into. And this is especially true and potentially the case, or potentially for you, if you've been feeling like you're in a rut. If you've been feeling rut-like, if you've been feeling like you're stagnant or stale or things have stopped, then what are you holding back on? Are there words that you need to say? Communication is a great way of getting the energy moving in any form. It can be verbalizing like this. It can be writing. It can be creating something. It can be moving our body. But expression and communication, especially with ourselves, is a great way to get energy moving if you feel paralyzed for some reason. So how can you let this part of you come out that wants to come out and play? That wants to come out and experience more of life, that wants to feel like they're a part of something, to feel purpose and meaning and direction and forward movement, energized, motivated, inspired, active. What within you is resisting this? If you've been wanting it but not feeling it, what's resisting this from within you? And what do you need to do to step out of that? To step out of that hiding place, to stop holding back, to stop hesitating and start moving forward and get on the front of your feet. Let your heart pull you. Let your excitement and your mind and your motivation and your inspirations move you and pull you forward. So where are you being pulled to, and how or why are you holding back? And what can you do if you're ready? What can you do to get yourself out of that hiding place now? To stop hiding, to stop holding back, to stop hesitating and start living, so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and your hard work. If you're waiting back and holding back, you're probably not feeling much, what would the word be here? Like a productivity or a movement or an excitement or a motivation in your life. And to feel that and have your own personal accomplishments as you go, to enjoy these fruits of these trees that you've planted, that you've nourished, that you've fed, that you've created, is incredible. It's an incredible feeling. You're birthing all the time. And you're bringing things into form all the time. Life is much more than holding back in a rut. So if you feel the calling, if you feel like you need this now, then what can you do over these next 24-ish hours, this next day or so, to bring this part of you out? You may want to re-listen back to what I spoke about with the harvest and enjoying the fruits of your labor and your hard work. Maybe there's something you can put a bit more effort into, so that maybe in a few weeks or a few months' time, you can be the one also enjoying this fruit. If you haven't enjoyed the fruit of your labor and your hard work for a while, and you want to see what that tastes like and feels like, because it's almost addictive and obsessive for me at times, because it feels so good and it's so healthy and so nourishing, then what can you do to start coming out and creating and birthing something for yourself today that you can enjoy in the coming weeks or months or years? And then you can pluck that fruit off the tree and go, now I know what she was talking about. So see how you go. What about you needs to come out of that hiding place and to come out into the world and find a bit of time for play, being childlike. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back to share with you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.